So now I'm educated. Now I'm in the world, the real world, the Navy, meeting people, you know, being on a ship, bringing home GIs from overseas and stuff like that. And I was still this Brooklyn kid. And, you know, and I get discharged from the Navy, and now I need a job. So somebody in my father-in-law's home was a union organizer. He had a 4-family house in Brooklyn, my father-in-law. And this guy got me my first job working. This was a union shop, you know, and I got involved with the union. And now I'm 19 years old, and I'm meeting people, doing things, and I become active in this union. And then this small union that I was in merges with a larger union, retail and wholesale department store workers union in New York, which is a large union of a lot of the big department stores and chain stores and stuff like that. And now I begin to meet people that, my heroes. I meet people that nobody knows. I don't know if you know. Do you ever hear of the Abraham Lincoln Brigade? No. Abraham Lincoln Brigade was a group of young men, most likely communists or people who knew what was going on in Europe, and went to fight in the Civil War against Franco in Spain. They lost their citizenship because Americans can't fight for other countries. And they lost their citizenship, but they were pre-anti-fascists. Okay, these young people. I met them now at home in the union. They were working in the union, the organizers, and that's what I wanted to be, just like them. That here they went to do what we should have done beforehand, but for whatever political reasons the world was doing, these young men were willing to give their lives, and I'm sure many of them did. But now I'm working with them, and I'm friends with them, and 2 of them that I know, I can remember their names and stuff, you know. So I'm getting an education that these guys did it when they were kids. They went to fight a war. And now, politically, I'm looking at them and finding out most of them were left-wing, people. And now the union, I understand, from what I learned, is a left-wing union. Is one of those unions, that have communists or whatever, and they did, okay, and most likely in the leadership. But now I'm looking at here are people who I admire who are doing good things. And so I want to be one of them. So that's what I wanted to be when I was 19, 20 years old. But I didn't know who I was yet. But I was just learning about who I was because that's what I wanted. So that was my goal, to be a union organizer. So, I became involved now. Now here are people who see me differently. Here I'm a part of the union. The union in 1940 asked me to speak at their convention. And I'm 21 years old, and I didn't even know who I really am at that point. But now when I'm looking back, I said, they saw something in me that I never knew existed. So I spoke, and I'll remember that the basics of that speech, to this day, how wrong I was. Because the basis of that speech, how better the world will be in 20 years, because I was in it. That was like, I'm going to change the world. I'm 21 years old now, and so they asked me to speak, and that was the basis of that. The world will be a better place to live in 20 years from then. I was elected to go to the Progressive Party convention at that time. In 1948, they tried, Wallace and Taylor was, sort of liberal people running for president. They didn't even get, 5 million votes in the country at the end of the vote. But I went to the convention. So I was now becoming involved politically and meeting people who in the society are the enemies of our society. They're the most brilliant people I ever met. And they all were doing good things, And now I'm beginning to talk from the left because now I'm learning from the left. And I'm the bad guy. And I never did anything bad in my life. And yet people were seeing me differently.